Today, we're installing one of the most popular mods to improve reliability on your BRZ, an air oil separator. A simple, easy install that takes just a couple of hours at home in your garage. Brought to you by Import Image Racing. When it comes to options and choices for air oil separators, there was 3 main brands to choose from: Radium, BRZ, and Killer B. We are gonna go with the Radium dual catch can setup. Now, there's a couple of reasons for this. First reason being is it has a built-in dipstick. Now, I could just take this dipstick out and I will be able to see how full the catch can actually is without having to guess or just take it apart and check. Second, I love the OEM Plus look and aesthetic. We are gonna be doing some engine dress up to the BRZ. We're gonna be fully revamping the engine bay, and I do not want this to compete with it like the BRZ one, which looks great, but it'd be too much blue in the bay. And then the Killer B just had too much of an OEM look. The Radium just has a great, beautiful black. I love the design. It looks good, and it looks good in the engine bay as well. And most importantly is gonna be some of the technology inside of these. Now, they have what's called their fluid lock tech, which essentially, as this thing fills up, if it gets too full, it will block any of the fluid inside of it from going back into the system, going into the intake and causing engine problems. First thing we need to figure out is that these brackets are side specific. So we have the crankcase ventilation side, where it's pretty clear that this bracket will not fit here properly. That is not how the catch can is meant to go, which means this must be the PCV side, or positive crankcase ventilation, which will go nice and snug right here. I'll have to move this ground wire. I'll have to rotate some of this stuff so it'll fit up in this space, but that will go right here, which means the other bracket must be the crankcase ventilation side, which would go nice and snug right here. I'll also have to move some wires here. I have this, I think it's the hood latch, but that'll be moved and it'll go on top of it. And then the catch can will go right here. We have the positive crankcase ventilation side and we have the crankcase ventilation side. So for the PCV side, we have the large 10 swivel fitting and the 90-degree barb, which is gonna go on top. We also have this fitting, which will go into the side. And then we have this hose fitting, which will go into that. And then for the other side, we have a smaller fitting, which is gonna go in the top. And then we have a connector for that as well. And then the sides are pretty much the same. We have another connector, which is smaller, and we have a connector that goes with that. But we also have this hose. This is gonna be an adapter to connect 2 different hoses together. Now, there's 2 hoses with this kit. There's gonna be the 5/8 or the bigger hose. This is gonna go on the PCV side or the passenger side. Then there is a 1/2 inch hose, and this is gonna go on the CCV side or the driver side. Now, this is kind of confusing. I've seen some videos where the bigger hose is actually going on the CCV side or the driver's side, and so it's opposite of what I just said, which is kind of weird. The issue that I'm seeing is that Radium's instructions are mixing Gen 1 and Gen 2 cars, so there's different barb fittings and there's different hose sizes and where everything is routed and go. But yeah, it was confusing to figure that out, but long story short, big hose, PCV side, small hose, CCV side, and that way all the barbs and fittings will associate with those specific hose sizes and everything will go on smoothly. So now it's time to just assemble everything and route it all up. The bracket to can assembly only goes on one way and has recessed holes for a nice, flush, finished look. For the swivel and side fittings, Radium mentions these must have a touch of oil for lubrication. This ensures a smooth, damage-free seal with the O-rings when tightening everything down. I don't just want to use any wrench to torque these down because these are aluminum fittings and that will damage it and mar the surface. So I've got one of these AN wrenches, which I picked up on Amazon for like 30 bucks. It's adjustable all the way up to 12, but this is also aluminum, so I can do aluminum on aluminum to torque these down without scratching or damaging the surface. But before I can slap this on the car, there's a little bit of prep work required first. On the passenger side, or PCV side, electrical wiring blocks the can from the position it sits. The fix is simply rotating the negative terminal out of the way to make the clearance needed. And for some reason, I couldn't get a tight seal when tightening down the negative terminal to the battery. It just kept popping off. I'll come back to this later, but it was super annoying. So for the bracket, we have a couple washers. We have one that will go where that ground was, and we also have one that will go with the bolt we took out over here. So that'll go in between the bracket, and then we'll be able to place everything back where it was. This one will go over here. Now there's one more hole. So we got this Allen key and washer, which will go into that. So this washer is essentially gonna slide right underneath in between the bracket, and then the bolt will go through and then the washer will simply go underneath. So now all these could be tightened down to spec. The PCV side, we have one hose, which is gonna go to the top of the manifold here. It's gonna go down to the block. Now, we need to remove this hose entirely. That's on there. Something I didn't have on hand that is a quality of life tool is a set of hose pliers. The ends of the hoses were tightly sealed and regular pliers just didn't do the job, especially when I get down to the block where it's very difficult to reach. Ah, sweet. That one was quite a pain to get off. When we're talking about blow by, so if I put my finger in here, actually it's wet, a little bit of liquid, so you can see this is what we're talking about. This is that blow by. This is the stuff that we do not want going through here and back into our intake. And actually I even saw a little bit of dribble on the actual port when I pulled this off of some coming out. So that's the stuff that we're gonna catch with the catch can. So for that PCV side, we have the 5/8 inch hose, and there is a top barb that goes from the top of the catch can down to the block. And Radium is saying that this hose should be about 26.5 inches. So we can measure this out here to 26.5 and give it a good cut. Now there is clamps included in the kit, so I've got this one pre-installed now. The clamp is what's gonna go onto the block port. The top port, which goes into the catch can, is not gonna have a clamp. The hose that is coming from the block is gonna come all the way up and go into the top of the catch can, so we'll secure that in place, and then this hose is good to go. Now for the side of the catch can, we have the rest of the 5/8 inch hose. So we have the push lock fitting, which we will push onto there. For this one, we just have to route it underneath the bar and up to the intake manifold. So with this routed nice and neatly, I can basically kind of put this up here and get a sense of how far I need to cut this. It looks like it's right there. We'll do a little bit higher just in case. I do need the clamp on that. So we have another 5/8 clamp, and then this hose that goes to the side will go directly right up into the intake manifold like so, and we're pretty much good to go here. The opposite side is a repeat of the first can. Assembly of the mounting bracket, moving a wire out of the way, and bolting everything up. Of the two sides, this is the easier side to put together. The hose that connects to the intake is the crankcase ventilation hose. Now this one goes down and underneath, which is very difficult to reach. So Radium reuses it, and we have a connector that will allow us to connect the Radium catch can hose to that one. This is something that anyone can do from home. It's simply assembling the cans and routing 2 hoses per side. Each side is size specific, and that's a detail that you can't overlook, but it's not complicated. And the only real tool that you need that you might not have is going to be a good set of hose cutters. Something I did notice on this side was the push lock hose adapters. Now with the smaller hose, they were much harder to get in, but a little bit of lube went a long way. With everything in place, the only thing left to do was simply line everything up, make my cuts to ensure proper length, fire up the car, and make sure that there was no issues and everything was working as expected.